along to another edition of the Darts in Ireland podcast. We've been pretty busy here in Galway, nabbing a few of the players that are playing at the Irish Match Play, INDO Irish Match Play. So I've managed to get Republic of Ireland international Dean Finn from Waterford. Thanks a lot for coming along and agreeing to do this, Dean. Just want to, before we start, just give a big shout out to our sponsors, Player Fit. We've got a lovely shirt to give Dean, one of these Darts in Ireland bespoke shirts. And you can check out playerfit.com to do cracking dart shirts and all kinds of sports gear if you want to check them out. And then we get on with the interview. So Dean, suppose we'll start with what's coming up. The World Cup coming up in September with the Ireland team. You qualified, I think, as number 2 in Ireland last year in the end, was it? So you're part of the World Cup team that's going there. How excited are you for that?
I'm really looking forward to it. You said number 2 I finished, but I've kind of had to get very lackadaisy ever since finishing the rankings, and down to no one else's fault, my own fault. That's probably due to me it's a very slow start down the last 3 weekends, not picking up many points, but I'm not playing well anyway. But this weekend is actually after annoying me. I will be back. I will be going practicing for the next few weeks, and I will be I'll hopefully be ready for the World Cup.
See what's happened since you qualified for the World Cup. There's been 3 new ranking events for the new year, new season, and obviously there's players that are maybe with a little bit more hunger because you've been distracted by qualifying for the World Cup.
Yeah, it's probably less hunger as well.
Yeah, because you've actually achieved what you wanted to achieve. I imagine it was an awful lot of emotional relief as well when you qualified for the World Cup.
Yeah, it was a lot of relief. But then when I went to the Six Nations a few weeks ago, I said to Stephen Rosney, I said, I want to be back here next year now again. I said, I will be back here next year. I said, that's after making me young. Then it kind of went off again, like a few weeks off, and just went away again. And now I'm saying here again this week. I want to be, like, it's after annoying me again. So it's up to me. I have to put the head down. I have to go and do it. But I know,
the standard is just getting incredibly. We've always had brilliant players in Ireland, but it's expanding to the amount of players that can play really well.
Yeah,
it's getting bigger all the time, isn't it?
I remember INDO years ago when I first came out of youths. There was it was the same people winning. There was people winning 3 and 4 a year. Same 2 or 3 people winning 4 events. The other fellas won 3. And now, I think 2 years ago there was one person who won more than one event. That was Jordan Flynn. Last year it was a little bit closer, but this year it seems to be back to the same as it was. Everybody's kind of getting to go, except me so far.
Yeah, you're still an unbelievable player. You still played very well at the Six Nations. So, I'd imagine when you put that Ireland shirt on when you get to Korea at the World Cup, it'll bring out something special in you, I'd imagine.
I know it will. I'll be well ready. There's still a while away yet, so by the time September comes, I'll be ready to go. So, just a little bit of
background to yourself. Then we know you're obviously from Waterford, and I spoke to lads who've known you for years, and you were saying you were an incredible player as a youth player. You came through the youth system. You were on Ireland teams that did very well in the past, and that. And when did you start playing darts first? How did you realise you were quite handy at it?
I used to play darts at home. There used to be a pound shop in Tesco. It used to be called Quinsworth. There used to be a pound shop in there. But every time my mother and father would go shopping, I'd go in. They used to have, remember them little black and yellow dartboards? We used to put that size. I used to always get them. I used to have 3 mini darts. I used to always play them from when I was 4, 5, 6. And every summer then, me and David Farrell, he used to be one of the best youths in the country as well. His father is actually here with me now, Brian Farrell. But we would every summer just non-stop, 8 hours a day practice, just non-stop. And then the summer would finish, we'd be back in school, so we'd stop playing, then summer would come again. And then 2011, me and him just said, every year we were saying, we go to Tramore, we see that there was darts in O'Shea's, Mick Sullivan, Joe Piney was running. Every year we were saying, we go out there now. And then one year we just said, you know what, we will actually go. And we went out on the Saturday, and 2 of us got bet in the first round. I remember the 2.
And how old were you then?
I was 13, David was 14. But I remember the 2 of us couldn't mark a board. So the 2 of us after getting bet, and Mick Sullivan was calling out, "Can Dean Finn, David Farrell come back and mark the boards?" I was walking up saying, "I'm not going back." So my father and David's father said, "You have to learn how to mark." So the next day we went out. David won his game and I won my game, but I ended up getting to the final. And then I found out that it was the Players' Championship kind of ran. So it was through a ranking system, and someone said, "Why don't you go to Cork?" So 2 of us went to Cork, and I ended up getting to the final of that as well. So I just took on from there.
Yeah, I think you took the Gary Anderson route of Gary Anderson's so terrified of marking. He said he could never mark that he just thought, like as Stephen Sheldon keeps saying this weekend, don't ever lose. And that's literally Gary. Like I know he probably is joking a little bit, but Gary Anderson reckons the fear of losing because he would have to mark when he was younger.
Yeah.
He used to drive him on to win all the time. So maybe that's what happened to you as well.
Sometimes I'd even be in the middle of a game and I'd be getting bet and I'd be, oh jeez, I don't want to mark the next game now. That'd kick me on, that'd give me a little bit of a burst.
Yeah. And then obviously you were making, like, at what age then were you starting to like realise you were good and you were making Irish youth teams and stuff like that? You started at 13 going to tournaments.
I kind of knew from the get-go, and this is not being cocky around, but when I was 13 and we first tournament we ended up getting to the final. Kind of went, if it keeps going like that for the rest of the year, well then I'd start believing straight away. So when we won, I remember the INDOs, they weren't very good back in the day until the new system now people running it, it's obviously a lot better, but back then it was no good. But I went to the Irish Masters, we played in Trebolligan and I ended up winning, and I got a phone call to say that you're on the Irish team, and I turned it down at the time because it just...
And what age were you then? Were you still only...
I'd say it was 14 or 15.
14,
yeah, it was 2012 I think I went down there, and I said no, I turned it down. So then a few years later when the INDO actually became a good organisation, basically when Kevin took it over and the lads, then I started playing. But when we went to 2014 we Europe Cup, Robin won the girls singles, then the year after we won the youth team. Kind of came out of that and I just deteriorated again because I went into the men's. It's a hard switch to go from youths into men's. There was so much expectation as well. So.
Yeah. So you found it difficult for a few years then, did you? Like to try and make that transition when you're coming out of the youths?
Yeah, it's probably down. It's definitely down to trying too hard because I wanted to. So when you're young, you want to be the best and you don't want anybody to think anything bad about you. And then you remember, COVID kicked in and I was kind of. It was probably, I know it's obviously a terrible thing to happen, but I remember when it kicked in I said I'm stopping playing darts for 2 or 3 years. So I stopped playing. And then when
you're one of those cohorts. I know loads of like young lads. Sean McCann was being on this podcast was saying the lockdown was the best thing that ever happened to him because he was able to practice all the time. But then other lads have told me they stopped playing completely. They just went off darts.
Yeah, I went off and I enjoyed my life. I went off. I was able to go out like every weekend. I was away playing darts before that. And then I was able to go out with my friends. I know we shouldn't have been out, but we were out drinking and so one of the lads' houses each week. I was just enjoying myself, and I was able to, in that way I was able to live my life. Yeah. So then after that then.
So how long did you not play darts for? A couple of years then?
I stopped playing for about 2 years, you know.
Yeah.
And my first INDO win was actually up here. Remember I came up on the Saturday night. My father, Eric Power, and it was Keane Sinner, and I was here as well. 4 of us came up. Saturday night I won my first game, got beat in the second game. And then on the Sunday I went 5-0 up on David McCann, and it was completely unexpected. Dave got back to 4-0 or 5-4. I ended up winning 6-4. I went on and won it, and I was after beating some serious names along the line. And I always said that the hardest INDO you win is your first one, because I was trying so hard for so long when I was back just after coming out of youth. But as soon as I came out of youth, it was so hard, and I couldn't because I was trying to. But then I came back, and the first one 2 years ago, World Cup, and I won on the Sunday up here. And I said it was just purely down to relaxing and actually being able to enjoy the game, and enjoy myself, just be happy in everything I was doing. That's the way it's going now.
Brilliant, good stuff. And darts in general in Waterford seems to be on an upsurge. Thanks to yourself and the work you're doing as well. There seems to be huge interest among youths for darts in Waterford from what I'm seeing. Yeah,
the youths, we're getting more youths than we ever had before. I remember when I was a youth, we used to have youth trials. There used to be 11, 12 players turning up at a trial. Nowadays we have, I think it's 40 something players in the rankings, and if all the lads turned up it would be over 60. So like this year you done an article on it, we got to the semi-final of it. I never felt heartache like it. I lost games, bad games, and the boys lost in the All-Ireland semi-final there a few months ago. I was close to tears before they were, I'd say.
And it was a very close game as well from what I remember.
3-2,
And there's already some really good talent coming through, isn't there? Like exceptional talent.
There is good youths coming through. Like Jack Waterford winning the youths this weekend. There's a lot of youths. TJ Higgins after winning the first. He's after winning 2 out of 3 of the youth rankings we had so far. Jack hasn't made any of them so far. Keane Walsh-Gans after 2 semi-finals in the final. But Finn Foskin as well as a new one. They're all like, I'm watching them and they're good, like, and I wouldn't say they're good if I knew they were, if I didn't think they're good. A lot of them, like we had a trial last week, and I actually was watching all the games and I was saying, this is actually good standard, like, for the age of them as well. So.
And where would you put darts in terms of? I was talking to you earlier, and you were saying you're big into the hurling as well, which would be big in Waterford. I'd imagine. And obviously that's a massive sport. GAA, we know how big and popular it is in Ireland. But I mean, amongst the youths now, when you're saying you're getting that numbers, I mean, darts must be coming up as one of the more popular sports, is it?
In all the counties, yeah, it probably is. But in Waterford, for some reason, Waterford darts, the darts scene is not getting as much recognition as it should. Where I think that it's really disappointing down there. It's the same as snooker probably as well. But yeah, you see.
Why do you think it is? Because it's an indoor sport and that kind of stuff?
I don't know what it is. Like, there is Adrian Flanagan. To be fair, now he came out in the journal. He's working with the News and Star, I think, newspaper. He organised a photographer to come out and everything sort. But the radio stations and all, there's never anything like if you hear of someone in a world championship in any sport, it
usually gets recognition. Yeah.
But like Jack Caulfield winning the youths yesterday, qualified for a World Masters, but that won't be on the newspaper. That won't be on the radio station. I qualified for the World Masters. I'm going to the World Cup. That'll probably be on the radio station. But like, it's very hard to get recognition, and it's at times it is annoying. It's because you're looking at other sports and you're going like, but I'm better at darts than he is at this sport.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, why aren't I getting there? But like, let's get on with it.
And what do you mainly put it down to? What do you think it is? You just think it's the
I don't know,
discrimination against darts, or?
Yeah, it's probably just Waterford, and because like you look at other counties and you see all the articles going up on the newspaper, like Offaly darts, tip darts, they're sharing everything.
Donegal, it's like
Donegal,
unbelievable. They even get invited to the sports stars of the year. They get awards at it. And
Waterford, it's kind of, I don't know, kind of, it's against it. I don't know why, but it's just the way it is. But yeah, I know for a fact if I was in the World Championship in Ali Pally, it'd be the first thing up on the radio station. Like that.
Especially if you were playing Luke Littler.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? That's when they'd run. I remember Luke Littler actually made the World Championship final the first year, Humphreys met, and they called me in for a thing on the radio.
To do an interview on it, yeah.
To talk about Luke Littler.
Yeah.
So what I mean?
Not about the young players that are playing, or even yourself, like, you know.
But yeah, if I turn into Luke Littler, or any of the lads out there from Waterford turn into Luke Littler, they want it straight away.
Yeah.
Appreciate it now, like, when you can.
Yeah. A lot of pressure on your shoulders there, to become the next Luke Littler.
Yeah, but it's the lads, it's the youths now that we have.
Well, Jack might have a chance, maybe.
Yeah, we have a few of them that might have a chance.
Yeah, but it is interesting, like, no matter what Luke Littler does, if he scratches his arse,
yeah, you know what I mean?
Media attention, you know, whereas there's so much unbelievable dart stories around Ireland alone, like, you know. And it doesn't get as much attention. Is that something you're looking at now? You've got to the semi-finals with the youths. Are you now thinking this is where we need to progress? We want to try and win All Ireland.
My attitude with the youths is we have so many players. We're going to try hopefully bring 4 teams to the youths All Ireland and the Munsters, and we don't want to go there not without a team that's we think is going to win it. I don't take over the youths to look at things and like say, oh, there's 24 youths going and enjoy ourselves. 24 youths, and if one team wins an All Ireland, we're all All Ireland teams. I'm not stepping in there with just for the laugh.
It's the idea that progresses to the men's team, and then you try and win the senior one then as well.
Yeah, it's something Waterford never had. We never had a proper youths format that we could go and feed the men's team. But now we have it, so that's something we are working on.
Yeah. Getting back to the World Cup then in South Korea, we think about the last World Cup, the ladies, the Irish ladies team won it. Again, how many in any sport does Ireland win World Cups? It's not too many.
Yeah, not many.
And they didn't get much recognition. They got a bit maybe the week they came back. It didn't really, kind of faded fairly quickly. And that. But I know from speaking to you that you're fairly adamant that this Irish team that you're going with, we've also got Paddy Quinn on the team, another Waterford man there as well, and Jared McGlynn from Donegal, and the captain Stephen Rosley. You think you have a serious chance?
Yeah, I tell you, I think the standard in there is unbelievable, and I think the foreplay to come through last year with the ability of players, the standard, it's how can you doubt any of them? Because the standard I was up against, that they were up against, we were sweating from the first day till the last day to make that team.
Yeah. But that's why I know from speaking to Paddy Cullen, the youth officer, he's kind of the manager of the youth team, and he was saying the reason he believed they won the Europe Cup last year is because the 4 players who got on the team had to come through the ranking system. No favouritism, nobody gets picked because of anything. You have to earn your spot. You're in the top 4 or you're not, and you don't get it. And he reckons that's really, really standard for the Ireland team.
Like even at Six Nations, asking some of the Welsh lads, are you on the team? Are you going to the World Cup? And they're saying, oh, we don't know yet. So, how don't you know? Because it goes on averages or whatever.
Yeah.
So, I couldn't I don't believe averages obviously show how you're playing, but like I'm playing in there all day and averaging 80, 85, but it doesn't feel like an 80, 85. I think it's all down to consistency over a long time. So
yeah. And just at the Six Nations there recently, which the World Cup, you're not going to meet tougher teams than you had at the Six Nations, which is a tournament that was in Wales there this year. You had the Netherlands and England in your group, and you topped that group. You're not going to meet two better teams than the Netherlands and England at the World Cup.
No,
realistically, are you?
They're not going to meet a better team than us either. Like even the game against England, I felt like we're a better team, and I still believe that. And like, same against Wales, we left games behind us.
You lost in the semi-final to Wales in the end, but it was a very tight game.
I felt like we missed 2 and 3 and 4 darts at doubles, whereas they were getting 1 dart and they were hitting that 1 dart. And that's not going to happen again. There's no way that can happen again, because they're not all Van Gerwens and Arnold Prices. The same as us, we're not either.
Yeah.
But we won't miss 3 and 4 darts every time, whereas they will miss 1 dart here and there. You have to.
So realistically, you think you can win the World Cup?
Yeah.
And you think you will?
Yeah.
Absolutely, that's brilliant confidence to have for an Irish team.
Yeah, well, I have a lot of confidence. I think we will win it. I don't see any weakness there, so.
Yeah. And from your own darts career, then obviously there's nothing bigger than playing at the World Cup. But there's also the PDC school next January. Is that something that you're thinking of giving a go to?
I'll go in January, yeah. If I happen
you came fairly close last year. In fairness, you got 3 points, did you?
Yeah, I think I kind of messed up the first 2 days. I got bet in the first 2 days of stage 2. I bet in 2 first rounds.
Yeah.
But then the day 3 and day 4 stage 2, I think it was the last 32 and the last 16.
And if you'd done that first 2 days and added it all,
I think it was 13 players. It was 13 players after ranking system got a card, or 11 players, and I finished 24th.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, if I had done that, what I done on day 3 and day 4, if I had done that on day 1 and day 2, I would have had the card.
You would have got
but
a
at the
card,
same time, I was texting Stephen Rossi and I was saying, I wasn't putting pressure on myself because I didn't know whether I wanted a card. Because if I got a card, I'd have been sick of missing out in South Korea.
You wouldn't have gone to the World Cup.
Because to go to the likes of South Korea with the PDC, you'd want to be probably in the top 8 of the world to be guaranteed to do a World Series.
Yeah.
Whereas getting a chance to go to a World Cup with the India and some of your best friends, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and the fact that it's such a far out country as well,
exactly,
over in the Far East, it's a different culture and all that, you know.
Yeah.
Although happy and slagging lads, I mean, realistically what he's going to be doing, you're just going to be sitting in another room, standing and playing darts, but you probably will get to see a bit of it, I imagine as well. Have you got an itinerary or anything like that? Do you know if there's any sightseeing involved or
I don't any care once we win.
So you probably will just be sitting in a room watching and playing darts.
I'm sure we'll go mad if we win, but
it'll be something else if you won it, It'd be incredible.
That's the plan.
yeah, but it's interesting that that the World Cup, if you see it now, we've seen snooker this year. They get finally a man from China, and I've been saying for 20 years, China's going to take over snooker. Because I was in China years ago, and there was snooker tables everywhere. It's like a national sport, and now the Asians are getting big into the darts. I'm telling you, be wary. Their populations are huge, and they're very good at sports as well. When they get dedicated to it. So again, if they get into darts the way they got into snooker, I think the European domination of darts, Ireland, England, Holland, Scotland, Wales, they'll be under pressure in the next 20 years or so.
A few players anyway, don't they? The new Asian tour.
They have, I often look at the PDC when you're just on the dark connected PDC Asian tour. The averages are mid-90s.
I remember Hugh Barry was playing one of them there a few years ago, 2 or 3 years ago in the first round of the World Championship, and I looked at his averages from his last few games, and I said, this fellow will qualify with 99, 98 and 101 averages. Keane's not going to have it easy here. I think Keane's still better, I'm not sure, but
it's going to be incredible. And I'd say now with the World Cup, WDF obviously it's a different system than the PDC, but it's still interesting that they're expanding it to all over the world now, really, aren't they?
There's a lot of who's it? Lawrence Lagan. I know what's his name is after coming over. He's living in England now. I forget his name. Christian Perez. He's living in England. They're also getting these World Series of darts that the PDC are bringing over there, and they're playing against the top 8 in the PDC, and that's some crack for them as well. Would you like to see that in Ireland, particularly if we were still in the top 8? I just think we need a European tour or something over here. Something to give us a chance. We have no World Championship qualifier anymore. Tom Kirby, they're trying to get it, but we have to get something. It's not, to be fair, I think they took the qualifier off us 1 year and gave it to Ukraine. Or something like that. I know we have a few players on the tour and all, but you can't punish us because of that.
I think what's happened, and John O'Shea made this point to me, is that it's almost like we're lumped in with the UK. Ireland is, because you have to go through the Q school, you have to go through the UK system, so they don't really see Ireland as separate.
Yeah.
So they just don't.
But
They
we
don't
are
think us as
separate.
a. No, we are obviously, but they don't see it in their system.
They don't see it like
They
that,
don't
yeah.
see us as being like, you know, it's not like when they go off and play in Bahrain or somewhere
Yeah.
like that, you know.
Yeah,
I think
see,
it's Ireland's part of our system.
And
like,
the
you know.
lads in Bahrain, like, no respect to them, but
Yeah.
some of them get in, like, they're averaging 59, 60, 60.
Yeah.
And just, well, how many people are in there averaging?
If you had the top 8 in the Irish rankings here playing against the top 8 in the PDC and you put it on somewhere, it'd be a sellout. Like,
It's fancy, at least one winner anyway.
Oh, you'd easily get
Yeah.
one or two. You'd easily get one or two, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Listen, thanks very much, Dean. I appreciate that. And just as thanks to our sponsors, Perfect, you also get one of these lovely bespoke Darts in Ireland tops. So hopefully you'll get some wear out of that. Or thanks very much.